Hi all, welcome back with the live streaming. Is he start? Yeah, start streaming. I think we're live. This is Jose. Today offline. No. Hey, wait.
What are we going
to
hello
discuss all. Today? How are you doing? Today we are going to discuss the evil Jezebel. Where did she come from? It's from the Bible. Jezebel is described in the Book of Kings as a queen who was a daughter of Ithobaal of Sidon and the wife of Ahab, king of Israel. According to the Book of Kings in the Hebrew Bible, Jezebel incited her husband King Ahab to abandon the worship of Yahweh and encourage worship of the deities Baal and Asherah, those two demons. Jezebel persecuted the prophets of Yahweh and fabricated evidence of blasphemy against an innocent landowner who refused to sell his property to King Ahab, causing the landowner to put to death. This was for sure an evil woman, and her name was Jezebel.
Jezebel was someone who turned people
the Book of Kings
to the side of the devil, actually. And Yahweh is God, huh?
Yeah. She was against God, so she was used. This name Jezebel is using.
Is the
Anglicized
translation of?
Where here?
Yeah, is the Anglicized transliteration of the Hebrew?
Isabel, the Oxford guy now.
Why is the prince?
Baal is one of the demons. You want to see Baal?
Yeah, Baal is one evil dude. Yeah, I thought. I don't know, but I've heard about it.
He's one of the fallen angels. So Jezebel was also one of the fallen angels. But then later on they used this name in different ways in Bible. The Bible copies a lot from old books and old stories. So I have an article here, the Angel Oracle Channeling by Narkael, who says that Jezebel is a falling angel. This is like a medium. I will send you the link. I will put the link in my description so you can read it. It's this very interesting article I found. This medium is trying to find out who is running Wall Street, who is running the world, and she came in contact telepathically with a demon who says, who are the people running this world? And somebody says, who is running Wall Street? So I remote viewed my way right into Wall Street. So the medium goes to Wall Street, and I saw a huge mansion. A gentleman was sitting on the sofa of the living room by the lit fireplace. The gentleman wore a nice suit, only he was not a gentleman. The man sitting there was a white lizard man with a tail. "I am Rothschild," said the lizard gentleman, or something to that effect. So his name was Rothschild. The Rothschilds are one of the most wealthy families of the whole world. "You are a lizard," I said to Rothschild gentleman who was sitting by the fireplace. But it doesn't end there, and it wasn't the answer to the question of who runs Wall Street and who runs the world. At the end she comes to this other gentleman. Dark gentleman started to sing and dance. He sung Isaiah, Jeremiah, Jezebel. And again, this gentleman was Jezebel. It was a lovely chap to talk to because I wasn't afraid. Jezebel was very keen on me, and it seemed that he was attracted. Jezebel told me that he is the king. He told me that human ancestors came from Vega and Lyra. And then the Jezebel started to threaten her. Jezebel asked me if I would burn the pentagram mark on my upper back. I told him I did not want any tattoos of such. The fallen angels are the demons, as they can use the pentagram drawings on the walls and floors as portals to come into and out of this world and theirs. So people do not draw pentagrams anywhere. This is inviting demons to your house. And they love it when people put sacrifices of animal parts on pentagrams on the floor for them. Yes. So this demon is one of the fallen angels. So Jezebel was maybe a female demon, and then later on in the Bible she was the son of some king, and yeah, so they start depicting women as evil. Also, this was from the Bible. Eve was also seduced by a serpent. So why is it that the women always are the evil one in the stories, like in the Bible, or especially in the Bible?
I don't know why. Yeah, I've heard it also from a Muslim friend. Yeah, women are, for some reason, more seducible and have a weaker spirit. What my friend said was literally, men have only one demon and women have 99 weaknesses. So yeah, I don't know why women.
It's Adam and Eve. First, the woman got seduced by Satan, and yes, there are 5 Satans, and the Satan that seduces Eve in the garden is called Gadriel, or Gadarel, the wall of God, as listed as one of the chiefs in the falling watchers. This is depicted in the 2nd book of Enoch. Gadriel was mentioned as a third of the 5 Satans, who led other angels into copulating with humans, leading to the creation of the giant-like Nephilim. The other were called Yekon or Yakum, Aramaic, he shall rise, Asbel, deserter from God, Penemu, the inside, and Kashdi or Chaldean, covered hand. So these are the 5 Satans.
Yeah, but they really found really big skeletons,
or the Nephilims, the children of the Satans.
Yeah, of the angels with the men and so. So, but they really found giants, giant skulls.
Where did I have that? These 5 Satans.
At least,
yeah. So the name of the first was Yekon. That is the one who led astray all the sons of Elohim. The Elohim is the Elohim Anunnaki. And brought them down to the earth and led them astray through the daughters of men. So the old Hebrew behind Yekon may have been Yekom, rebel, the one who rises up. So Yekom means rebel, or the one who rises up. And Satan, I think, means adversary. If you look it up, I think Satan meaning in English, I think it's adversary of adversary, one who plots against another. That's what Satan means. Or one who rebels against somebody else, like Yekon. One, he is like led astray through the daughter of man, the original Yekon. So the one who rises up, the rebel. Another possibility, which is name used twice, meaning he who gathers the people together. That's a positive name, he who gathers the people together. So he appears in the book of Enoch.
Yeah, he who gathers the people together, maybe to group against.
Yeah, he led 200 angels astray through the daughters of men. The second was Asbiel, and for this program we are not going to go into Asbiel or Kasbiel or the third Gadriel. That was it is who showed the children of men all the blows of death, and he led astray Eve, and showed the weapons of death to the sons of men, the shield and the coat of mail, and the sword for battle, and all the weapons of death to the children of men. And from his hand they have proceeded against those who dwell on the earth from that day and forevermore. So he taught men to make swords. Oh, that is Azazel. And knives. And the fourth was Penimu. He taught the children of men the bitter and the sweet. He taught them all the secrets of their wisdom. And he instructed mankind in writing with ink and paper, and thereby many sinned from eternity to eternity until this day. So what do you think about that?
He taught children of men the bitter and the sweet, and he taught them all the secrets of their wisdom. And he instructed mankind in writing with ink and paper, and thereby many sinned from eternity to eternity and until this day. Huh?
Until this day, yeah. And until this day, they have sinned with ink and paper.
So it's a sin to become eternal by writing. Do I understand that correctly? How do you see that? It is a sin to become eternal by writing, by passing on information.
Yeah, knowledge corrupts mankind. So if you get smarter, you're going to use this knowledge to make war or get confused. Look at now, the nuclear weapons.
To power.
Now everybody is like making more weapons and nuclear bombs.
Yeah, but I don't understand, because that is
to show how smart intelligence are, how smart.
But actually, this is what we are not reading ink and paper, but we are this is
ink and paper.
Yeah, this is the electronic form of ink and paper, what we are reading now. So I don't understand actually. What are we doing? Are we sinning now?
The demons want us to get smarter and smarter, so we can destroy ourselves, making more and more sophisticated weapons.
So knowledge is power to destroy ourselves.
Yeah.
So we should actually stay.
That's what in the Bible says. Thou shalt not eat from the tree of knowledge and wisdom. But Eve still.
Weird.
Thou shalt not eat from the tree. So why does God tell us that?
So but that what does that mean when you think of researchers? Are these all sinners?
Then we are all sinners.
Yeah.
The Lord commanded man, saying, from any tree of the garden you may eat freely, but from the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat.
From the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
No, yeah.
But that's specific, eh? Not knowledge about all things. For in the day that you eat from it, you will surely die. The Lord said it does.
Knowledge. So knowledge will kill us. From the day we started to get knowledge.
Knowledge about good and evil will kill us. According to God. It's not good for the man to be alone. I will make him a helper suitable.
What a nice God we have. If you get knowledge, you will surely die.
Yeah, about good
and evil.
Yeah. So you're not allowed to know that.
We are not allowed to know
about
good or evil, or we will surely die.
Yeah. Why? No. So we shouldn't even question that.
No.
I automatically did it, but okay.
So the Lord commanded the man, saying, "Thou shalt not eat, or you'll surely die." of knowledge
So
of good and evil.
so-
We cannot know good and evil.
no,
We cannot
so,
know
so actually we should live without good and evil.
without
in our system.
knowing good and evil.
Yeah. Discard that from our existence. Never think about good and evil. Just accept what is.
Or there is
And
there
don't
is
judge.
only good. There is no
But-
evil.
But good and evil is
There-
actually also a form of judging. So we shouldn't judge.
There is no good or evil.
No.
He's saying
And
evil does not exist.
no,
Good also does not exist.
no,
You only have good.
because that's judging. Good and evil is judging. What is good? What's evil?
No, you cannot ask that.
We shouldn't. No, we
Shouldn't ask
shouldn't
that.
judge. We should.
You shouldn't ask what is good or what is
No.
evil.
So well, I'm going to try. It's not about good and evil. That's also what I've heard. What other people told me.
But still, Eve eat the apple,
Mhm.
and she know if I eat from that apple, she will surely die. And also, she gave it to poor Adam, who doesn't know anything what is happening. He was like sleeping, and then suddenly she came with the apple from, hey, eat this apple. So eat it. If somebody comes with you here, nice fruit, have a bite. But the historians see it differently.
Yeah, but we shouldn't judge. It happened. We shouldn't say, "Oh, that's evil." Oh, we shouldn't. Oh, that was not good.
What Eve did, that was evil. Or what Satan did. Or the Gadriel.
Yeah, we should think about it.
Gadrel.
We should accept it. I don't know, because we shouldn't think about good and evil.
So we should just accept it
Yeah.
and leave it at that.
I think so. Accept it happened, and
Okay, let's see if we have any questions. Hey, it's rewatching. This guy talks about the devil.
Man got to get penetrated by another man. I'm going to talk about this publicly because I can. So yeah, that's going down. But do you have to do that to get a deal? Not necessarily, but it depends on your energy. You see, like some people do it, some people don't. It depends on what you know about the occult, how you're able to demonstrate yourself. That's what we call it in the temple, demonstrating yourself. So the less you know, the more they're going to feed into your ignorance and your naivety and your obsession with things.
Ignorance. So this Penemu taught the children man bitter or sweet. Let's see more about Penemu. So he discovered the children of man bitterness and sweetness, and pointed out to them every secret of their wisdom. He taught men to understand writing and the use of ink and paper. Therefore numerous have been those who have gone astray from every period of the world, even to this day. For men were not born for this, thus with pen and with ink to confirm their fate, since they were not created except that like the angels they might remain righteous and pure. Nor would death, which destroys everything, have affected them. But by this their knowledge they perish, and by this also its power consumes them. So the knowledge makes us perish, and the power consumes them, consume us, humans. So you perish with knowledge, and the power consumes you. So that's one of the sins from one of the 5 Satans, Penemu. That's where the word pen come from. Penemu. So, and Yacon, Yacon. He was the head, the number one, the first Satan. Let's see. He shall rise was the ringleader who first attempted with the other watchers. The ringleader.
Hij ging crossbreeden eigenlijk met de mens.
Ja.
Ging het aanmoedigen. He tempted it for greed.
So why should we not get knowledge?
I don't know actually. I don't know why we should get knowledge.
Have you seen this Facebook page?
Yeah, about good and evil. I don't know.
What say Satanist Facebook, 881 members. It's called the Theistic Satanism. Lana Del Rey sold my soul long ago, nothing left to choose. I will follow Satan dancing in the dark. Lana Del Rey. She sold her soul to the devil.
Okay.
That's what Lana Del Rey said.
Can you look that up?
Okay.
Because I actually liked Lana Del Rey.
Devil. They call it not devil, but Satan. Lana
Del Rey's Illuminati puppet.
Lana Del Rey break in reveals she's satanic witch.
Yeah. Nah.
Why did I make 30-minute video about God and what? I don't know. Worship the devil. Oh, great.
She actually looks a bit scary here.
Hello everybody, today I'm coming at you with a thought that frankly must be true. So some of you guys may be familiar with the rather depressing pop star whose name is Lana Del Rey. She must be a satanic witch. There's so much evidence that proves this, it is absolutely ridiculous. So let's just start off with some of her song lyrics. In her song Gods and Monsters, she says, "God's dead, and I said, baby, that's alright with me." Obviously, Miss Del Rey is not a Christian woman if she is okay with God being dead. Obviously, her fans are crazy. They broke into her house, and what they found in her house was a little frightening. Her fan posted this picture to Facebook with the caption,
Can you show this?
"Bae Del Rey left me a good book to read," with a photo of this book titled The Satanic Witch. A few weeks ago, Del Rey tweeted a picture with these dates attached and this caption. "At the stroke of midnight, February 24th, March 26th, April 24th, and May 23rd. Ingredients can be found online." At first, her fans thought that this was promotion for her new album, but in further investigation, these dates directly correspond with the waning crescent moon. On these dates at midnight, cult members and witches plan to cast spells for the sake of getting Donald Trump out of the office. But let's take a look at the photo that Lana attached to this tweet. Her hand signal in the photo exactly matches the hand signal that is used as a sign of Satanism and witchcraft, and there is absolutely no denying that.
Satanism, witchcraft.
So I have a young lady here, and I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on Lana Del Rey?
Well, ever since I saw Lana Del Rey sing and watched her videos, I realized that they were
Not interested.
So you think she's satanic?
Lana Del Rey,
She
the
looks
psychotic
actually a bit-
suicidal singer who sounds like a screaming seagull, is a satanic witch, as I've been reporting for years now. New evidence has emerged confirming what I've been reporting on. Not long ago, one of her psychotic fans broke into her house in Malibu, which was under construction, and decided to live there because the lunatic felt a spiritual connection with the singer.
Oh.
And there are headlines in the entertainment news articles about the break-in, but what they're not reporting is that the suspect posted a picture on his Facebook page of a book that he stole from her own personal collection. That book is The Satanic Witch by Anton LaVey, the author of the Satanic Bible.
The Satanic Bible.
Zachary Benz himself, who I think his Facebook page has been removed, deleted now, potentially due to a court order, posted this picture. Bae, B-A-E, that's like the mentally enslaved millennial talk for the babe, my babe, or the girlfriend. He's so mentally deranged, he thinks that Lana Del Rey's his girlfriend. So he's like, my babe, Del Rey, left me a good book to read. So this psycho was like posting on his actual Facebook page updates about his planned break-in and then his actual break-in, and was arrested, obviously. And this piece of evidence is the one bit of information that none of the news outlets are reporting. Yeah, the infatuated fan arrested for breaking into her house and posting a picture of her satanic witch book, Bible. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
So Lana Del Rey is a Satanist. Are you still a fan of Lana Del Rey?
I don't know.
So the Satan, there are 5 Satans. And the devil, or Lucifer, I think Lucifer is also a different person. Let's see what we have. So we have Satan here, we have Lucifer. So what is the devil? Devil. Oh. So Lucifer is also not the devil. I think these are all devils and demons. There are like 200 of them. And this is the list of 44 angel, and then you have a list of 100. So it's not complete. I'm still looking for the full list of all 200. Okay, the Satanist and Jezebel, what we were talking about, the evil Jezebel. So now we know where Jezebel came from. And
Elijah went before the people and said, "How long will you waver between 2 opinions?"
So what do you think about the Jezebel? Oh, you had this Samson and Delilah, the one that cut the hair of the other guy. She deceived him and cut his hair off. You know that story? Samson.
Yeah. Samson was really strong, but when his hair was cut, he lost his power or something.
And that was also like a Jezebel. Delilah was also
A woman.
Evil woman. So a woman mentioned in 6th book of Judges.
Yeah, but
she's loved by Samson. Great strength, service. Delilah is bribed, and then she had to discover the strength. And after 3 failed attempts at doing so, she finally goads Samson into telling her that his vigor is derived from his hair. As he sleeps, Delilah orders a servant to cut Samson's hair, thereby enabling to turn him over to the Philistines. Then they caught Samson and they took out his eyes and tortured him. So why did this Samson told her his strength? You know she would have betrayed him. Eyes being gouged out after he was handed over to the Philistine, and his punishment for succumbing to the lust for Delilah. Joyce Meyer writes that Satan worked through Delilah, and he was aware that Samson had a weakness for women. Meyer sees Delilah's relationship with Samson as an example of how the devil exploits people's weaknesses.
Yeah, men just have a weakness for women, and the devil abused that.
So the lust for the flesh.
Yeah.
So these demons, these fallen angels, they exploit the lust for flesh for the woman by the men.
Yeah. And yeah,
entrap the men,
we
entrap them, and maybe in a subtle way, and then get them caught like Samson.
yeah, I don't
Doesn't
know
matter how strong you are. This Samson was a very strong guy. He is one of the strongest men on earth. So
what's man's weakness? Women. I can't help it.
why not?
Because I think it's hardwired, hard-coded. That we, that we listen to the woman, and we're also raised by women most of the time.
The mother figure.
Yeah, the mother figure.
And that's why they have a weakness for women.
Yeah, we protect most of the time women. You know, when they have children.
So these demons know that, and they use it
Against us. Yeah, I think so.
But how does that?
And that is why I'm not trying to defend people who men who harass women, but it's hard coded. They it's just in there. And when women are dressing sexy, that is really being challenged, and maybe that is why the Muslims also wear this stuff around them, because they
burqas and stuff.
Yeah, burqas and stuff, because they know men just can't help it. They're hard coded to be seduced by women. It's a weakness, the one weakness.
So to protect the men, they wear the burqas and the high clothing.
The stuff to hide their hair. I don't know what it's called, but and that is what the Muslims acknowledge. And
I have a message from Indira. She says some of the Philistines were giants, like in the story of Goliath. Yes, it's the Nephilims.
Can we go please?
Huh?
Can we go please back to the first topic? Thank you. What was the first topic again?
The Jezebel.
Oh, Jezebel. Yeah.
She's was like a woman of leisure in most story. How many Jezebel do you have? You have the biblical Jezebel, the one during from the Bible, and King Ahab. I think you have more Jezebels, not only the one from the Bible. If ever the devil was born without a pair of horns, it was you, Jezebel, it was you. If ever an angel fell, Jezebel, it was you. Jezebel, it was you. Okay, it's like a song. Okay, strange stuff. So let's see the Nephilim. I think in David and Goliath, the Nephilim was maybe Goliath was one of the Nephilim. Goliath, the infamous giant and champion of the Philistines. Oh yeah, it first appears in the Bible, but he also shows up in Old Testament books. Goliath was descendant of the Nephilim, you see, the offspring of the sons of gods and their human wives. The Israel fails to wipe out the Anakites. Thanks for the question. So, shall we have anything to say more about it? Israel.
No.
The Elohim. I think the Elohim comes from the Anunnaki. The Hebrew Bible. So, How's your flu going? Are you still
No, I'm
getting better?
Yeah, I'm better. Yeah.
Hey, Elohim Anunnaki Nephilim. See, the Elohim are the Anunnakis.
Yeah, but it's
Who are the Elohim Nephilim? See, all this goes back to the Anunnakis. So actually, everything is about aliens. All the Bible stuff, and the Bible is like a compilation of many books. And nowadays they have left out a lot of other books or banned them, and they're trying to make it smaller and more modern and more easier to understand, I think. Because when you read the Bible or see these texts, they all get pieces from other books, and not it's not like one whole straight story. It's just parables and small stories and short short paraphrases, or what you call it, parables. Let's see, Jezebel is well, that's a bit about Jezebel, and next time we're gonna have more about the fallen angels and where they came from and what kind of spirits they are, like the Yacon, the ringleader, and what the other one called, Penemu, the one that taught men the secrets of their wisdom. So that's interesting, but something is not really making sense from, did I had a Bible part just now? Yeah. The part with let's see, because that's not really true what I just read. Adam and Eve Bible, thou shalt not eat from the tree of knowledge. The Lord commanded man, saying, okay, from any tree of the garden you may eat freely. That's not true. You remember I told you there is another tree.
But from the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. There's everything except one.
No, but there were two trees you cannot eat from. The tree of life. There was also the tree of life in the Garden of Eden. Tree of life is a term used in the Hebrew component of the word tree motive. It's described in chapter 2 as being planted with the tree of knowledge of good and evil in the midst of the Garden of Eden. The cherubim guard the way to the tree of life at the east end of the garden. The tree of life has become the subject of some debates as to whether or not the tree of knowledge of good and evil is the same tree. If it says there's one tree you cannot eat from,
yeah, but that's the reason.
Then the tree of life is the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But that's strange. So life is the knowledge of good and evil.
Yeah. If it's true what you say, that there were two trees.
Yeah. Then you cannot eat from two trees. The tree of life to get everlasting life, and to get the knowledge of good and evil. But if Eve ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, then she will know good and evil. But she doesn't after eating that apple. Do we know what good and evil is? Do we have the knowledge of good and evil? I don't think we still know what good and evil is. What good is and what evil is.
Mm-hmm.
We know without one you cannot have the other. Without the evil you cannot have the good.
Oh, but that means that if there's no good and evil, then
We know some figures who are dictators and
no,
cruel to people
no,
and killing.
no,
or
but
maybe
but if we are not allowed to know good and evil, the thing which symbolizes evil are the devils, you know, and which
Satan's
and the thing which symbolizes good are the angels and God.
Yes.
But we are not allowed to know that.
No.
So they're both not good and not evil.
Both the devil.
Yeah, the devil is. You cannot judge. You're not allowed to think about him as evil. Then, if we are not allowed to know about good and evil, then we shouldn't also judge Satan as evil. Does that make sense or not?
No. Easier to control people with. Okay. Well, that's a good question, but I don't really get it. What are you trying to say?
No, so we're not allowed to think about good and evil actually,
No.
and have knowledge about it.
No.
But still, we are in this current reality where we are living in. We depict Satan as being the evil one and God as the good one.
Yeah.
But actually, isn't that
Good and evil. Yeah.
Isn't that actually
God is good and evil,
Yes.
and the devil evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that not something which we shouldn't do already and accept that they just exist without judging? Okay, the Satan is evil and God is good.
That's true. So we should not know or make any distinction between the devil as bad and God is good.
Yeah.
So what God is trying to say, he is not good or bad,
Huh.
and the devil also not good or bad.
Huh.
It's what you make of it. Maybe it's in your head. So, and the other question is knowledge good or bad? Most people say knowledge, to gain knowledge is good. Being smart and getting knowledge is a good thing, and staying stupid is not a good thing. So what do you think about that, viewers? Gaining knowledge to control people, keeping the mass ignorance. How do you write that? Ignorant is a form of control. Indeed.
How? I don't understand it. Ignorance is a form of control.
If you keep the mass
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
dumb, you
yeah.
know, that they don't know anything what's going on, and you have all the information about what's going to happen. Then you control the one that doesn't know of half the information.
Yeah, that's also what we think about our current government. You know, that they maybe know more stuff than we than they are telling us.
Yeah. So they are keeping us
Ignorant and dumb.
Yeah.
And hiding information.
Yeah, and according to these, the medium, the one I just showed you, we're controlled by these falling angels or devils or aliens, the Anunnakis.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power. Is that true?
Yeah, knowledge is a certain form of power. Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
If you know what's going to happen,
Yeah.
yeah, you can, yeah. For example, with
Or is that a one-liner like knowledge is power?
yeah, but
Most one-liner are
but
like,
if you know tomorrow that some company will raise, you know, bitcoins, for example, will raise in value. Yeah, that's power, I think. If tomorrow the bitcoins will drop, if you know that, will drop drastically, maybe you sell them, and yeah, you have a lot of power, of course, if you know the future. That's what I think. I know. What do you think? Knowledge is power, and we are not allowed.
to have it. We're not allowed to have knowledge and power.
I don't know.
The power will consume us. When you have the power will consume you. What do you see happens to people with a lot of power? Look like in the past, the history, the big dictators like Adolf.
I don't think we are able to wield a lot of power because we are just not.
What about Julius Caesar and all the other big rulers?
But what happened to Caesar? He got killed.
He got murdered by all his senators.
By Brutus, or?
50.
No.
I think the whole Senate murdered him. It's an old story. So, power consumes you. And the human cannot hold power.
I don't think so. I think we are.
Or knowledge. We cannot, and we cannot deal with knowledge.
No,
it's too far a grasp for us. We cannot. It's impossible for us to keep the knowledge in our head and use it in a correct way.
Yeah.
Most time it makes us crazy, or you start thinking too much. You make the wrong choices. You don't live your life as you should live, I think.
Yeah, for
all the knowledge, what do you have with it?
Yeah, some rock stars really have power, you know, but still they kill themselves. For example,
Michael Jackson, or Elvis Presley.
Yeah, they're tremendous power, man.
But maybe they sold their soul to one of the satans, the devil, and that's the only way you can get power. Or you sell your soul to the devil, or you sell your soul to NASA. That's the only way. Look like Elon Musk, a very smart man with a lot of knowledge, but he works for NASA now.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's hard to say what's good and what's evil. We still don't know the difference between good and evil. Right. So I don't think the Bible story is true. It's more symbolic. Some people say Adam and Eve was not two persons, but two tribes. The Adamites and the Evites or something. And it's not really Adamites. Let's see, Adamites. Were adherents of an early Christian sect. Oh. Some race or something, I don't know. Adamites, aliens. Pre-Adamite. Non-human creatures existed before the biblical character Adam. So the Bible is maybe not telling us the truth. If they say there is one tree you cannot eat from any tree you may not eat freely, but from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in the day that you eat from that you will surely die. But Eve did not die. She ate the apple, but she did not die. So it was a lie.
No, Eve died. And Adam died also, because they were expelled from paradise.
But they did not die.
No, not instantly. But the point was, if I'm not mistaken, that in paradise there was no death, I think.
So eventually you'll die if you don't live in paradise.
Yeah, in outside paradise, on this planet, where we are living now, we die. There's death, and that's one of the biggest pains. At least one of the biggest pains in my life, that people die, and that I miss people, and that I'm eventually may die. It's a big pain.
But you can be reincarnated.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is was the Jezebel. Who was Jezebel? The real evil Jezebel. So according to my source, I found on the internet that Jezebel was a fallen angel and a demon. And we connected Jezebel with Adam and Eve, Samson and Delilah, and
the
another
power
biblical
of the women over the men.
The evil women. But you also have some more demons or women demons, I think. Lilith was also one.
Lilith. Yeah.
She's also one of the fallen angels, I think. Maybe it's here. No, she's not it. I think let's see, Lilith, one more evil woman that we will quit. Fallen Lilith, fallen angel.
Yeah.
She's associated with Satan. Close this. Lilith, seductress, heroine, or murderer. For 4,000 years, Lilith has wandered the earth, figuring in the mythic imaginations of writers, artists, and poets. Her dark origins lies in Babylonian demonology, where amulets and incantations were used to counter the sinister powers of this winged spirit who preyed on pregnant women and infants. Lilith next migrated to the world of the ancient Hittites, Egyptians, Israelites, and Greeks. She makes a solitary appearance in the Bible as a wilderness demon shunned by the prophet Isaiah. In the Middle Ages, she reappears in Jewish sources as the dreadful first wife of Adam. Sumerian word from female demons or wind spirits, the Lilitu, and she's a related Ardat Lili. The Lilitu dwells in desert lands and open country spaces and is especially dangerous to pregnant women and infants. Her breasts are filled with poison, not milk. The Ardat Lili is a sexually frustrated and infertile female who behaves aggressively toward young men. So you will not have any problem with her, because you're not a young man anymore. Well, those are the dangerous women from the Bible. As the first wife of Adam. Yes, that is what they say.
Lilith.
She is a fallen angel. Let's see the list of Lilith. Lilith is the creator of a greater demon who is credited as the mother of all warlocks and the first of all demons. Lilith is known by many names, including Lady of Edom, Kali, Batna, Talto, Satrina, Abito, Amizo, Izorpo, Kokos, Odam, Podo, Ailo, Patrota, Abeko, Kea, and Partash. Lilith was created out of the earth as a wife for Adam. Nah. I don't
She
know
would not
about
obey him
that.
or God, and so she was cast out of the Garden of Eden and replaced by Eve, according to Jewish folklore.
No.
Lilith was punished for her disobedience by being made unable to bear children, or at least she was.
I don't know about this story.
Oh, then
First wife of Adam.
because she didn't obey God and Adam, she was punished and was not able to get living children.
Yeah, according to this story, Lilith was like the first wife of Adam, but she was playing, you know, like hard to get, like some woman, and Adam wanted to sleep with her, but she didn't want to, and she's always going away. So there was no chance for Adam to make what you call it, reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why they had to make Eve, and they made Eve out of the rib of Adam.
So Eve was type 2.
Because
Women-
Lilith didn't want anything to do
Yeah.
with Adam.
Yeah, so
She went her own way, and she was hard to get.
Yeah, so Lilith was version 1 women,
No.
Eve was version 2, but
She
Eve,
was like the evil woman, you know, the
yeah. But Eve also was not completely
innocent.
No,
She eat,
because
it was not perfect. Also, she was
She's-
doing. Both women were like not obeying God, Lilith and Eve.
Eve also not.
God said, "Do not eat from the tree; you will surely die." Some stupid tree called knowledge of good and evil or something or whatever. I would never eat it. If somebody say, "Do not eat from the tree of bloody blah and bloody
Everything
blue."
everything is well.
Okay, yeah, you can eat from every tree.
Everything is good. You don't have pain. I don't know. Here in paradise, you know, you can have everything what you want except that.
This fruit is the fruit blue, and from the tree blah blah and bloody blue. Do not eat from it, or you will surely die. Okay, I will not eat from that tree. Who's crazy to eat from a tree where you will surely die? Nobody wants to surely die. So, and Lilith was running away from Adam, not making any. Lilith was punished for disobedience by being made unable to bear children.
She was not able, not only capable of choosing infants, children, who then died.
And then she got into a relationship with the fallen angel Samael. He's one of the evil guys. Samael was believed to have been created when the world began. He was once an angel cast away from heaven and became greater demon. So this was this. You see, it's like, you see how he's depicted, like a smoke, very thin. These demons are very skinny and smoke-like because they were burnt up in ashes, and they smell like ash. So if you see something dark and like smoke,
Greater demon, and if you scroll a bit down, I saw something about the void. Residence, the void. Oh, so he lives in the void.
Yeah.
What's the void?
Some area with no space or something. The void term used to refer to the great empty spaces between worlds where slain greater demons are sent and scattered to reconstruct before they are returned to their home dimension in hell. So these demons are living in a void, so they cannot touch us in this materialistic worlds. But they can maybe through a different dimension around dreams or paranormal area, they can contact us, or we can invite them to come into our world by making pentagrams or some stuff, or sacrificing animals. So don't get lured into these demons' trap. Let's wrap it up. It's almost an hour in this live. Let's see if any.
Yeah, the most important thing, or the most thing which I will remember, is the power of women over men.
No, man, that was a long time ago. I don't think.
No, I think still.
No. Well, I don't know about that. Thank you for watching, everybody, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think about all these evil women from the Bible and these devils and demons and fallen angels. See you next time.